What keeps me motivated? What keeps me motivated is my drive. You know what I mean? I don't do nothing. If I'm not, if I'm gonna take the extra time out of my day to do something, I'm gonna give it my all. I want to be the best at it. I know bodybuilding is frowned upon and say you the best, you will be the best. I don't care. If I'm doing it, I'm going to give it my all because I want to be the best. I don't train on. I don't cheat on my diet. I don't care what it is. I'm not eating no extra gram of peanut butter. I ain't taking no sipping no diet. I don't even drink soda. You know, you see dudes drinking diet soda. To me, that's weak. I'm a lock in. That's what a real dog is. A real dog can flip that switch, go cold turkey, and get in his bag to get the results that he want to get. You can't say you really want something if you're not willing to flip that switch, no matter how hard it is. Flip the switch and get in your bag. Put in the work that everybody else can't do or having a hard time doing so you can get to where you're trying to go. What up, though, YouTube? It's your boy, Big Takeover, checking in again. We back with another video, man. We over here at the doghouse today on this good push day. Finna put in some pain in this gym. Hey, if you guys haven't already entered the giveaway, we got the Takeover stack right here, man. We got the Define pre-workout, the Define creatine monohydrate. We got the Define glucose. You wanna mix that with the Define isolate for your post-workout. And y'all know we got to have that Define pump, man, to get them nasty pumps in the gym. So this is the Takeover stack, man. These are all the supplements that I hand selected that are my personal favorite. You know what I mean? We got the pre-workout and we got the post-workout. You wanna have that pre-workout to get you going, get you turned up, good energy in the gym. You wanna have that post-workout to help you recover, you know, from putting in all that work in the gym. Hey, we gonna get you right, man. All you have to do is follow the Define Nutrition on Instagram, follow Takeover, myself, on Instagram, @_the Takeover, and spam the comment section on YouTube, man. Just spam the comment section, all hundreds, man. Whoever get the most hundreds, whoever drop the most hundreds, follow both Instagrams. We gonna select the winner next Monday. We gonna select the winner. So y'all go crazy, man. Y'all don't wanna miss out on this giveaway, man. All right, guys. So we finna get it kicked off, man. We got that good Define pump, creatine, and that pre running through the blood, man. We ready to turn up on this bench press. It's a push day, so we got bench press first, then we gonna finish off with shoulders. Let's get to it, man. We ain't gonna do too much talking. Now this ain't my favorite bench, guys. You know, y'all know I like the bench that's in the middle of the floor, but we gonna make it do what it do. Let's see. Oh yeah, nice and easy. Yep. Nice and warm. Let me get nice and warmed up. Take your time. We got 4 meals in us. 2 meals with carbs, 2 meals without. My first meal is a meal with carbs. My second and third meal, no carbs, and my pre-workout meal is carbs. I did have a refeed last night. Got a double burger. I had some fries, but I had to eat my post-workout before I ate my refeed, so the fries, they were nasty, you know, but it is what it is. We just trying to get better and better, you know what I mean? Enjoying the process, enjoying the journey, putting in that work every day, not only in the gym, in the kitchen, and on that 9 to 5 clock, and with fatherhood, you know what I mean, first and foremost. So let's get it. We're gonna do a second warm-up set. Get that blood flowing. Nice and easy. Yep. Turn the plate up, baby. Let's get it. Trying to get in that bag. and that's on. Let's get it. 2 plates, nice and easy. Still on the warm up, let's get it. Nice and slow. We're gonna take that for a spin again. We're gonna really focus on the eccentric today, the negative. We're gonna really focus on the negative portion of the bench press today. You know, a lot of guys that say, if you lighten the load, you can have more control. So we're gonna show that you can still have full control over the weight, no matter how much food you got on the plate. You know what I mean? That's what separates the big dogs from the pups. You know, that's why having strict form is key. Without strict form, you can't really control the weight. You know, guys will be doing all the different techniques to bench press. That takes away from the eccentric because you're not comfortable, you know. So you want to remain as comfortable as possible while performing your reps. You want to get comfortable being uncomfortable, I should say, if that makes sense. Because you should be at discomfort for controlling the weight, you know, breaking down the muscle fibers as you would intend to. That's the purpose of working out, you know what I mean? But let's, I'm gonna plate up, man, let's get it. Set 3, big dog, or however many it is. We ain't even really counting sets yet. We just working. You know, I'm gonna get some nice work on the bench press, and then we're gonna move on to shoulder press, you know. Then I may, depending on how I'm feeling after shoulder press, I might throw in a couple sets of incline machine press, but we have to hit the shoulders after the bench press. You know, you don't want to fatigue too much before you get to the priority muscle of the day, which is shoulders. So I definitely want to be sure that I'm able to give my all on my shoulder press as well as my bench press. You know what I mean? I just like the bench press, like I always say, to fill out this whole top. The goal is to fill out this whole top shelf. So when you hit your front, your most musculars, any shot, your front lat spread, side chest, everything, that chest is going, you know, when you hit that rear double, you want them delts to be popping, you know. It's all about them angles, man. Let's get it. Inserski. Split up. All right, guys, so they say lighten the load, you can have better control over the weight. That's what the bodybuilders say, right? Like I always say, bro, the goal is to make heavy weight light, then repeat. So we're gonna show just how much control we can have over this lightweight, you heard? Let's get it. Dog food, man. Yep. Ah! Big dogs gotta eat. All right, guys. So we took their 4 plates for a spin. Nice, slow, and control, baby. That's what you call a good eccentric. You know, the guys always say, Just because you can do it don't mean do it. The heavyweight gonna have you aching and all this. What people gotta understand is, bro, it's folks. Well, for starters, what's heavy for one person may not be heavy for the next, right? Why is it frowned upon by bodybuilder dudes? When dudes make heavyweight light, but it's cool for them to make lightweight heavy. You know what I mean? But dudes always say, oh, lifting heavy, you gonna be, when you get older, you're gonna be hurt and blah, blah, blah. Bro, if you look around, it's people who've never touched a weight before. When they get it up in age, they're aching. You know, that's a part of aging. So you telling me you gonna live your life not doing what you wanna do, not enjoying your life to the fullest because of what someone is speculating. You know, it's not like someone, the people who say that are usually the Tootsie Boys, man. You know what I mean? Dudes who heard somebody else say something. Because most of the time, when older guys be saying, oh, I used to lift heavy, but I did this and did that, most likely their form was incorrect. When you look at people train, most people form is incorrect, especially when it comes to bench press. You know, a lot of guys use shoulders to bench press. A lot of guys don't know to stay tight on the bench press. Dudes be like this. So of course you're gonna experience injuries if you're performing the exercise incorrectly. You know what I mean? It's all about form. That's why form is the first thing. Like when I first started squatting, I didn't pay attention to form, bro. I used to rush and just trying to put a lot of weight on. Feet placement used to be all uneven and everything. And one day I had tweaked my back and pinched my sciatic nerve, you know. And it was to the point to where on my way home, I had to drive like this. But that's what happens when you try to jump up in weight without perfecting your form. So what I did was, once I recovered, I studied squat form. I studied from Olympic lifters, not power lifters, Olympic lifters. You see, when Olympic lifters perform squats, hand cleans, and things like that, their form is immaculate. You know what I mean? They're not short stroking or trying to, they get in the basement. You know, this is just an example of the squats. So what I did was study their form. When I studied their form, I started all the way over from just a bar. I started with just a bar and perfect my form. Make sure my feet is correct. Perfect your form first. Then you slowly start to incorporate once you got your form intact, once you were able to get down in that basement. There's no purpose to keep jumping up in weight. And I learned the hard way. When your mobility's shot, you can't get full range, your form is not on point. What's the purpose of jumping up in weight if you're not getting a full benefit from the exercise? You know what I mean? So if you're performing the exercise correctly, that's why form is a thing. That's why form should be taught, you know. But nowadays, well, some days, well, you either have you have technique lifters, you have like original OG lifters who do it the old school way. And then you have the scientific bros who try to overcomplicate everything. You know what I mean? And from my experience, from watching all three and knowing all three categories, the guys who lift the OG way get the best results. You know what I mean? The scientific bros be on the internet talking all that noise and you gotta do this and overcomplicating things. But the thing is, you don't see their progress, you know? This is bodybuilding, we're in the game to progress. Or even if it's powerlifting, we're in the game to progress. We're not in the game to stay stagnant on the treadmill, you know what I mean? So we're gonna take this 405 for a spin one more time, then we're gonna go get some shoulder work, man. Let's get it. Let's shoot for another set of 8, guys. We're gonna have the feet down on this one. Let's make it look cute. Let's make it look sexy like that Kendrick Lamar song. I'm gonna make it look sexy. Got that ESTG in my ear. I don't know what he be saying, but these muds right here sound like you got some 12s on your ear. Some 12-inch subwoofers. Let's eat, man. Yeah. All right, guys. So now we over here to the shoulder press, man. As you can see, the boy feeling. I'm a little tired. It's crazy because, you know, last night we didn't have post-workout cardio. I got a refeed, or cheat rather, whatever you want to call it. No cardio this morning, so I slept in. And I'm up at 2:33 a.m. every morning. I was able to get up. Well, I woke up at 4, luckily. I hit that snooze button a little too many times. I have to be at work at 5, so luckily I got up at 4 and I had to rush to work. So I'm charged up, but I'm a little tired. I'm tired than what I usually am when I get up early and do cardio. You know what I mean? But we here putting in that work, man. So we don't have post cardio today either, but I am gonna get some steps in. My watch goal today is 11,730 steps. I'm at 6,853. So I want to be able to at least hit my goal before I lay it on down. Let's get it. It ain't nothing like this steel, man. That iron, boy. It's nothing like that iron. That iron scoop you different. Y'all see, I've been coming over here pretty much every day the past couple of weeks. That iron hit different. It make you look different. It hit different. It make you stronger. So when I go back, the freak was that? When I go back to the other gyms, you know, well, they all got steel and iron. Especially the only bench press, you know, here in Coalition for the most part. I bench press at House of Pain every now and then, but I like to use the iron when I bench press over there. But I haven't been to House of Pain in a while. Speaking of, it's been about a month. I ain't really been feeling that bodybuilder dude energy, you know what I mean? I'm in that big dog energy. I want to be where dudes clanging and banging that weight, you heard? So that's why I've been really coming over here. It's different over here. And then on the weekends, I go to Coalition and AFL. I like banging legs and back at AFL. But let's play it up. We're going to hit like 4 sets over here. We're going to get some lateral raises, front raises, rear delts, and we're going to get up out this count. Ooh, let's get it, baby. Set 2. As y'all can tell, can tell, shoulder day is my most disliked training session. And for a long time, I neglected shoulders. I did them, but I didn't show them as much love as I show every other body part. His shoulders are just so boring to me, bro, but they're very much needed. They're game changers. They make you look different for sure, and they play a huge role in bench press. But it's just so boring to train. It's like you can't, it just don't give me that feeling, that butterfly feeling when I'm getting ready to bang some heavy weight. I wish this seat went down. A little more. Let's work up to that top set. Next set, top set. Then we're gonna do a back down set. Let's get it. All right, guys. Got a good set, man. It was a good set of 8 for the top set. That was a nice hard set. The 8th rep was the most challenging. But as you see, when I know the reps are gonna get challenging, I slow down the negative. So take it nice and slow to be sure that I'm getting everything out of that rep that I can get. So my 7th rep is where I really control the negative. That way, even if I don't get the 8th rep, I still got as much work out of the set as I possibly could. So now, this is the final set on shoulder press. Be back down to 4. You're gonna take this for a spin for 8 to 10. Woo. That's good money, baby. Woo. A nice pump, man. Nice pump, guys. So now, we finna knock out these front raises. We almost done now. The rest is easy. That's also another reason why I like the bench press before shoulders. Because you don't have to do a ton. You know, as long as you knock out your compound movements, such as the shoulder press, you don't have to do a ton of different exercises. Front raises, lateral raises, rear delts. You can do shrugs if you like. And that's really it. You know what I mean? So let's we're gonna clean up this mess and we're gonna go get some dumbbell work. Let's get it. All right, guys. So we're gonna keep it simple. Just regular front raises with the dumbbells. You're gonna start off with some 40s. You don't gotta go super heavy on these. Well, look like I'll be doing 45s. Cause I heard this. Well. Let's start out with the 45s. Here we go. It's all about form. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's get it, baby. We're going to do 3 sets of them. As you can see, I wasn't swinging and jerking. I'm standing right up in it, letting the shoulders do the working. This is targeting their front delt. Give you all that extra meat right there. You know what I mean? Give you that extra meat. Guys, we want their arms to look big, but guys don't train delts. All that plays an illusion. When you look at action figures, like wrestling toys and muscle toys and whatever, they delts be huge, which complements the arm to make the arm look bigger. You know what I mean? Forearms be nice, complement the arm, make everything look. You know, you gotta come with it, bro. You gotta do all different angles. You know, and once you find out what works for you, keep rocking and rolling with it. You know, y'all see, I don't do all the scientific, over-exaggerated. Hey, man, we weren't taught like that. We was taught to get it the big dog way. All that old cute internet stuff, man. I ain't with all that, man. Boys be trying to be cute. Man, just lift the weight, bro. Come on. If you it, we gonna go up. For the last one, we gonna rock with the 50s on the last one, big dog. Rock with the 50s, man. All right, guys. So now we on to the lateral raises. And one thing about it, dumbbell lateral raises are great money. But I've also noticed, just how I noticed machines work best for me doing shoulder press, I notice I get a different kind of pump when I use machines for my lateral raises as well. So that's what we're going to use today. This machine is pretty dope. So I got the seat lowered just a little bit than what I typically would do. And I'm gonna have my arms like this. Instead of having them like this, folded, I'm gonna hit it from a different angle. As if I had the dumbbells. So we started with 15. That weight was a lot lighter. That weight was a lot lighter than I expected it to be. So we did 15 reps. We're gonna do 4 sets of these total because this is a key exercise. Not saying that front delts weren't, but front delts get a lot of work from bench press, from shoulder press, from incline press, which are the lateral head does as well. Get a lot of work from shoulder press as well. But this exercise in particular will really help cap them delts off. You know what I mean? You want to have cap delts, you know, so it's just going to put the icing on the cake. So we're going to go up and weight a bit. That's 80. We're going to take it to about 140. This stack is pretty light. And keep in mind, we had that refeed yesterday, so you definitely want to come in the gym and put in pain to utilize the extra food that you consume. Don't come in the gym the next day after a refeed and train lazy. Utilize their food, bro. You know what I mean? Don't do a bunch of easy stuff. Don't come in and do a quick little 30-minute pump and get out to the gym. Come on, hurry up. That's still light. That's still light, but we're going to keep the break short. We're going to keep it at like 30 seconds, and we're going to get right back into it. We're going to do all 12s, might as well. We 2 in, might as well go on and finish strong with 4. Yep. Really ain't even got to wait 30 seconds for real, because I'm ready to go now. I'm charged up. And this is something I want to say, bro. You be seeing a lot of guys. Let me hit this set first. Hold on. Oh, yeah. You be seeing a lot of guys talking about they doing 2-a-days and all this. Listen, if you able to do 2-a-days, 2 weight training sessions in 1 day, you not training hard, bro. If you really in the gym putting in that pain, there's no way you're going to go to the gym twice in 1 day and put in pain both sessions. So you training lazy somewhere, bro. Me, I much rather give it my all, my 1 session of the day, and kick back. Training twice a day for what? If you really in there putting in that work, you know, as you should, 1 session is enough. You know, really, especially if you in a deficit, if you on prep or you cutting, really, that 1 session, you should start feeling it towards the end of the session if you really in there putting in that pain. Now, if you are not training like today's, you are not trying to look cute, doing all the internet movements and things like that, then we understand. But if you in there doing that big dog work, putting in that real work, you ain't training no 2 a day, bro. Straight up. All right, guys. So this is the final shoulder exercise for today. I am gonna do some triceps today, a couple sets, but I'm not gonna film it. I ain't gonna show the triceps today, guys. Just the shoulder work, the press work. I'll show triceps maybe. I may do an arm day one of these days, man. I don't really like driving to the gym just to train arms, but I probably think of a crazy arm challenge or something to do, man. But I'm gonna do maybe 2 different exercises, 3 sets of 10 of arms, so I can get up out of here. Filming. When I'm filming by myself, it takes a lot more time to film and, train. So, I ain't trying to be in here all night. It's already 6:46. But it's starting to get dark a little sooner. That's what's making it feel like it's later than what it is. But like I said, I was a bit tired today. So I want to go home and knock these meals out, get some good sleep so I can get back up in the morning, get back on my cardio grind at 2:33 a.m. in the morning. You know what I mean? So, like I always say, training is important, but recovery is even more important, because without the recovery, the training is useless. Yeah. So we're gonna do 4 sets of them. Really only need 3 because I do a lot of rolls, but we're gonna do 4. We had some extra food yesterday. We want to be sure that we're utilizing the food. And as you can see, the boy feel food makes a difference. And that's a prime example, guys. You see how I was able to maintain repping 405 in a deficit. I have a refeed and the weight feels better. So just imagine when I go into a surplus after this cut. Just imagine. I'm gonna set some goals, and we're gonna knock them, we're gonna check that list off. For one, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I wanna knock that 495 for 5 to 6 reps on the bench press. I wanna hit that 405 for 15 to 20. You know what I mean? We finna get in that bag, but right now we gonna handle this mission that we on right now. Set 2, let's go. Big chest, keep that chest up. Contract. Boom. Yep. We got 2 more. 2 more of them. Rear delts. Got a nice pump, man. Look at the pump, the delt pump. Front, rear, inside. Look at it through the black shirt. That's why it's important to hit them angles, guys. You know what I mean? Like, of course, we like to bang heavy weight, but you still want to get them angles to where you looking like a bodybuilder. Really, where you looking like an action figure, you all right? Let's get it, set 3. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, Sirski. We got 1 more of them bad boys, guys. All right, guys. So that's it for today's push session. Got it in, bro. Got a nice, good pump, man. I'm telling y'all, that defined pump and that defined pre. I mean, you got to be lean to be vascular, to see your vascularity. But the pump is nasty, guys. So if you haven't taken the necessary steps to enter the giveaway, do so. We got 3 people in the lead right now. I got the names in my notes. I can't even remember them off top. My bad. I should have been better prepared. I put them in my notes, but I just thought about it. But yeah, be sure to spam them comments, bro. Spam the comments, guys. Follow Define Nutrition. Follow myself on IG. And we started the giveaway late, so it's gonna go into next Monday evening. You get a whole free Takeover stack, bro. That's like $300 worth of product. So y'all want to be sure, if you're serious about your goals, your gains, your progress, why not get a free stack? You know what I mean? Well, y'all be sure to drop them hundreds in this comment section. Hit that hype button if you see it. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Holla back at your boy.